Hello YouTubers, welcome back to Yorkshireman66. I am Mark and thank you for tuning in for another video. Now, making a disclaimer here. I'm not a medical doctor or advisor or like that. I'm just someone who is really going through mental health issues. So this is what I talk about. I do my mental health journey at the end of the month, but as it's the 10th of October and it's Mental Health Day, I thought I'd talk about Mental Health Day today. So, this is what we're talking about. So, with that over, is if you are someone who is suffering from mental health issues and you need someone to talk to, and then the Samaritan helpline is available, and the helpline number is 116 123. Just remember that number. The Samaritan helpline is 116 123. And if you need to talk to someone today, they can talk to you. And it's as simple as that. And they can help you as well. More than what I can. So, if you are someone and you honestly think that you are suffering from mental health, your first point of contact is your local doctor, GP or hospital, basically. It's normally your family doctor who you would, your own GP, who you would reach out to. If you can't reach out to them, then you can go to NHS, can't you? You know what I mean? And things like that. And that's what I've done in recent times. I have gone to accident emergency asking for help, and they got me the help what I needed. But it's normally that you would reach out to your GP. It is also a good idea when you're diagnosed with mental health problems that you let your family know. Don't suffer in silence. Let your family know. If you've got a mother and father or a wife and and some older children, then let them know what you are going through, and they can understand it. They be able to help you. You need that support group. I'm lucky in that way that I've got friends who support me and things like that, and I do have that support group. I've recently lengthened that support group to include people like Tony Tech Powell, Yorkshire lads, things like that. Friends who I can trust, basically. And it's as simple as that. So if you honestly are going through mental health, and then your family and your family, your friends, and things like that need to know, because you will be having erratic behaviour and things like that, like I do. I do have mood swings myself as well. I do swing from one to other, but that's mood swings. I mean, my mental health is anxiety. I do get anxious. I do shake and things like that. And things like that. And I'm also going through the menopause as well, so I do get starting to sweat and things like that. And it all plays on my mind. Now I do have depression on top of that, and I do have I'm not schizophrenic, but I do have paranoid tendencies. I get paranoid basically. But I do have depression as well, and my depression is I take diabetes tablets and things like that, and I got to take them every day. And believe it or not, you do get depressed in taking tablets. I know it's a simple thing, but it is. You do get depressed by doing it, because you're doing it every day. You do get fed up. You want to miss tablets, and it's important that I don't miss them, because they're diabetic. There's my cholesterol tablet in there and things like that, and high blood pressure tablets as well, because I do suffer from high blood pressure and that. But if you are someone who is suffering, then maybe, and you stumbled across my video, well, I hope it helps you. I really do. I hope me talking about my experience with mental health and depression and things like that helps you. Makes you that there is help out there, and that they've been talking about other things as well. I mean, the most recent what I've looked at the figures for suicide, they're up to 200%. They are really up there, suicide, and it's online. It's people who are online and being bullied online as well. So you've got that. I mean, there's plenty of people who I watch and things like that who are being bullied, and they're being bullied today. You know what I mean, and things like that. So you've got that as well. But with it being Mental Health Week, but it all comes into it under that umbrella. I know a lot of people don't see bullying as a mental health state, but really, when someone bullies you, they are literally low esteem, and they may have mental health problems themselves, because they're insecure and things like that. And that's been, in my case, that's been the truth in my case. When I was bullied, years ago, and I was bullied in 2006 as well by someone at work, but I put a stop to that. I did report it, obviously I lost my job, but at the end of the day, you don't want to be, like that. But the bullies who were bullying me was insecure, they had problems and things like that, and they had mental health problems, which they didn't know about, and things like that. So, you know what I mean? So, and really, I mean, I've had people, who want to talk to me, but I am not a professional. I can only give advice, and the advice what I give people when they get in contact with me is try and talk to a medical doctor about it, go to your own doctors and things like that. I know it's hard at the moment that you might not be able to get an appointment with your doctor face to face, but that's what you must try and do. Or speak to the Samaritans, 116 123. That is the Samaritans. You know what I mean? So they can help. They've helped me in the past, and they've helped other people who I know as well in the past as well, and things like that. But talk about your mental health. That is the most important. I mean, I know there'll be other people on YouTube doing a video similar to what I'm doing, getting the message out there. I mean, we need to be together on this. Don't suffer in silence like most people do, and talk about your mental health. Get it out there, talk about it. Let's get people debating this and get talking about it, because obviously the government have broken an election promise that they were going to put more money into mental health. Well, I don't see a lot of money going into mental health. All what I see is Boris Johnson doing is wasting money on refugees, the dinghy divers and the Afghans and things like that, giving them a boatload of money, but not us. I mean, don't forget, the furlough for universal credit has ended. That's going to put a lot of families under pressure. Boris doesn't care about us. He doesn't care about the people of the country. All he cares about is himself, and obviously his wife and his children. That's all he cares about. He doesn't care about us. He doesn't care about us scraping for money or scratching for money. I mean, I'm sick and tired of hearing people like Edwina Currie. Oh, well, there's plenty of jobs. Yes, there's plenty of jobs, Edwina Currie, but they're not setting on everybody. I mean, even I know that. I'm 55 years old, and they're not even looking at me. They're wanting younger people and things like that. So I've been told recently, well, we could interview you, but it'd be worth because you're too old. And I've reported them to job centre, but they don't seem to do well. Oh, well, they can't do that. Well, do something about it then. Tell them that. Go tell them that they can't do it, because they are. You know what I mean? They are. People, older people like me, are being discriminated against, and the government are doing sod all about it. The government are doing sod all about people committing suicide, and it's happening all over the UK, and it really is, and it's a shame. You know what I mean? So, So, you know, the extra money what you were getting on universal, the furlough comes to an end. That came to an end. So now there'll be more people under pressure, and there could be more mental health issues. Don't forget, Boris Johnson and his government, this government alone, has created the biggest mental health crisis I have ever seen. He literally has. That's not leadership. He should be doing something. His priority should be the NHS and things like that, not stupid railway line and things like that. You know what I mean? You know, and ding it out. He shouldn't be giving any of them money. What we should be doing with people coming from France, you know, war-torn France, send them back. Simple as that. You know, you send them back, mate. I would. You know, send them all back. But some won't like it. You know what I mean? And you know, that's what you've got to do, and things like that. But no. France keeps sending them over. Now France fishermen are wanting to blockade English Channel. So where does it end, Boris? Your priorities are all wrong. You should be prioritising the people in this country, not from other countries. You know what I mean? You should be prioritising all the money onto the people who need it, like the unemployed. You have to look after the unemployed, and you have to offer them training and things like that. We haven't been offered anything like that. Well, I haven't. You know what I mean? I'm just left on the scrap heap, and it's not for wanting to try it. I have looked for work. I haven't found any at this moment in time. You know what I mean? And people say, well, it's your own fault. Well, no, it's not my own fault. I have a set of life skills, and I could do a good a job as anybody else. Anyone younger, a lot younger than me, might not be able to do the job, and they will mess up sooner or later. Whereas I wouldn't. I can think on my feet. I've worked on my own. I've used my own judgment while being working on my own. You know what I mean? And things like that. You've got to be creative like that. You have to be able to work on your own sometimes, and I can, and I have done that. Yeah, I mean, and things like that. And people say, "Well, go back to security." No, I don't want to go back to security because it's no job satisfaction in security, which there isn't. I mean, you get called all sorts of names, and I am not one of these security officers. I was never one of these security officers who took the job too serious. Yes, I talked to people who came up to the gate and things like that, but I just talked to them. I never threatened them. I never said this and that and things like that. But at the end of the day, you know, you got to be polite, and this is what you got to be with people of this country. You know, Boris is showing no ability of caring for anyone in care homes, for anybody outside the system. He doesn't care about the homeless. I mean, he must be tripping over them outside his house. You know what I mean? How would he like it if homeless started camping outside the gates of number 10? He wouldn't like it, but at the end of the day, he'd have to live with it, and it's as simple as that. You know what I mean? And this has to be eradicated. I mean, a lot of people don't really understand. I mean, before the days of Labour, of this happening with Labour with no opposition whatsoever, under Tony Blair, he nearly eradicated the homeless. He nearly got them all homes. If he'd have been in power a lot longer, I think we wouldn't have had an homeless situation as we are now. But the reason why we've got an homeless situation is, and it is a big crisis with the homeless situation, and it's basically started with David Cameron, and it's followed on to Boris Johnson, more so with Boris than anyone else. He doesn't care about any veterans whatsoever who served in the armed forces. You want them to serve, Boris, and you give them all the training to kill, but you do not train them for civistry, and you do not support them when they come out of the armed forces. They're just left to rot, basically, and that is all wrong. So, if you are, you know, that is the reason why we have this biggest mental health crisis. Number one, it's the Prime Minister. It is the Conservative and Boris Johnson's fault as well, including past governments as well. It's past government's fault as well. David Cameron didn't give a toss about anybody. He didn't give a toss about unemployed or homeless. Oh yeah, we'll make sure, oh what Boris, he's not going to give us, the unemployed more money. He should do. He should give everyone more money across the board. I mean that extra 20 or 30 quid, what they were getting in universal credit. People would have got used to that. He should at least kept that on until next May or June of next year. But he didn't. And that's not practical. You're wanting people to vote for you, Boris, but you're not willing to give back. It's all take, but you're not giving back. And people of this country are getting fed up of you not delivering what you're supposed to deliver. I mean, we were supposed to be coming out of lockdown, no more of these lockdown powers you should have had. But instead, what do you go and do? Extend those temporary powers, what you have got. It's bullshit, Boris, and you know it. At the end of the day, it really is. And this is why we've got a mental health crisis as big as it is. At the end of the day, there's no one else to blame but Boris Johnson's government. He's the one in charge of the money. He's the one who's giving the NHS pittance to run the NHS. You know what I mean? He doesn't care. Because if he did, and he had an heart, then he would be doing a lot more than what he's doing. But all I hear, his speech on last day at conference was bull. That was absolute crap. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, we're in it together. No, we're not, Boris. You're not in it with us at all. You're in it with your own kind. You're not in it with us poor people who have to suffer from every time you do cutbacks or you put prices up through the budget and things like that. You don't think about unemployed, people getting a raise on the unemployment benefit to cover that increase with the budget. You expect people to live off £148 a fortnight regardless over years. You know what I mean? And it's stupid. A single person shouldn't have to really beg for more money off a Prime Minister, especially you, Boris. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I mean, that's what I get, £148 a fortnight. It's not enough to live on a fortnight, is that? Just over £75, isn't it? It's not enough. Well, it's just over 70 quid, isn't it? 70. Things like that, you know what I mean? It is stupid. But this is why we've got a mental health crisis. And we have got a mental health. And people have to, we've got more of a mental health emergency than we have a climate emergency. People's mental health is more important. And this is where Boris should be doing his priorities. His priorities should be the NHS, mental health, especially mental health. I mean, they don't even give much money into that. That is an election promise broken, as far as I'm concerned. He's giving pittance to NHS. But NHS don't give anything into the Mental Health Institute, and that's wrong. That is all wrong. Because all what people need is a leg up. They need help. You can't solve it by saying, go get a job because you're being lazy. We're not being lazy. We're just not being chosen for them jobs. I've been to numerous interviews, Boris Johnson, and I haven't been set on. You tell me why. I've been told why. Because I'm too old. And that's discriminatory. So this is what we've got to put up with. Discriminatory. We're being discriminated against. Which we are. And older people who are unemployed, who are trying to get work, they don't see it, but we are. We're being discriminated against yet again. I'm discriminated against because I've got mental health issues. That's straight out, is that. And all because I'm dyslexic, people think, well, you're stupid and thick, but no, I'm not. I'm a very intelligent guy. I'm just dyslexic. I'm word blind and numerically blind as well. So yeah, I'm dyslexic. I'm completely dyslexic. I'm blind on certain numbers. I'm word blind on certain words. But through the help what I got through through school and the specialised help what I needed, I'm lucky that I can, I can print. I can't do joined up writing because I get confused. If I write on white paper, the black ink, it moves. But only people who are dyslexic will understand what I'm on about and things like that. So this is why we've got the biggest mental health crisis. Suicide rates are up to 100%. It's a lot more than it has been in over a few years and things like that. So what Boris's actions is doing is wrong. He should be prioritising. The major stuff what he should be prioritising is basically, this is in my mind what he should be doing, is prioritising on the NHS, on the unemployed, on the homeless, and etc and etc and etc. And making sure that employers are employing people like us. Because we can do the job. I know I can, but at the end of the day, we don't get nowhere. We get no thanks for it. We just like, a nasty chewing gum stain on Boris's shoe. So Boris hasn't got no empathy for anybody. He just cares about himself because he's super rich. That is the problem with Boris Johnson. And that is the problem with politics. We don't have people of our own kind in that position, and we should. We basically should. We should have working people, working class people running the Labour Party, at least. People like me, helping to run the Labour Party to the way it is. But no, they don't see it. At the moment, the Labour Party, it's the rich what's took over that party now, and that's it. And I've heard rumours that the unions will pull funding, and I hope they do. I hope they do pull funding from the Labour Party, because without their funding, they'd be knackered, absolutely knackered. They are biting the hand what feeds it, and they shouldn't be. Labour Party was never about the rich only. It was about a mixture. The reason why the Labour Party was set up in the first place, because of working class people, and simple as that. But we don't have that now. We don't have working class people. In the Labour, Keir Starmer's rich. He's super rich. He doesn't need to do that job. He could have stayed where he was. He's just ruined the Labour Party. And again, it is through these actions, what we're going through at the moment, through COVID, through everything else. We're a one-party nation, and people that are disillusioned. They don't know who to vote for. They don't know who's gonna help them against all this. We're just a one-party nation, leaderless as well, because you can't say Boris is a leader. So he's done wrong by the mental health acts. He really has. And I think that should be rectified, and Boris needs to, wind his neck in a little bit, swallow his pride and apologise to the whole country for what he's done wrong, and think about that. But we're never going to get it. But like I said, if you do have mental health issues and you need to talk to someone, Samaritan Helpline is out there. It can help. You can talk to them today. 116 123. That is the Samaritan's Helpline, and I hope that will help. And that, like I say, your first port of call is your own doctor. Tell friends and family of your mental health issues, and stay and talk to them, and they can help you through it, like my friends do with me, and things like that. If this has helped you by any chance, please give me a thumbs up. Please give me a thumbs up. Please like the video. Please subscribe if you're new, and hit the bell and it all. That will let you know when I'm putting up another video. Videos like what I've just done, and other videos in my library and things like that. I usually do gaming videos, but I've had nothing to pick up, so there's been no pickups for me. So there's no gaming related videos at this moment in time. But I do thank you for standing by me. Please subscribe. It's free to subscribe, and you got to admit, my videos are more entertaining than social media, than the BBC. I talk more sense than the government at the end of the day. Please share the video to your friends and family, to Twitter, Instagram and Facebook, and also comment below. Would be nice to hear from you, a quick hello, things like that, and I will catch you on the next video. But like I say, this is 10th of October, Mental Health Day. I hope other people will follow suit and do a video on mental health. You know, it would help the mental health community. But don't forget, please like, subscribe and share. Them two, like and share, helps the algorithms a lot. Push this video out and let other people watch this video, and hopefully they can share it to many other people as well. And this is what we want to do, is to push and share. And before I go, I would like to thank my subscribers, my new subscribers as well. So thank you to all my new subscribers. I hope and pray that you like what you're seeing, and you like the videos, what you see. And also all the subscribers who have stood by me right from the beginning, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really do. If it wasn't for you, I won't have a channel. And I'll catch you on the next video. Bye for now. Catch you all later.